mean, Gen X, a lot of y'all had a whole damn village when it came to y'all children. And it's so sad everybody looked out for y'all, but now it's your turn and you can't do nothing?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Now, in one of my latest videos, I was talking about the millennials. For today's video, we got a woman going off on Gen X. So, let's get into it.
Y'all, I really want to talk about a subject that is not talked about a lot. And the Gen X generation gonna be real hot with me, but I really want to talk about the millennials who are doing the best they can without real grandmothers. And by the way, when I say Gen X, though, that's like whoever was born in 1968 to 1980. You know, back in the day when I used to play outside when I was a kid, I had friends who'd always be at their grandmama and their auntie house. Now, my mother is not part of the Gen X generation. My mom was born in the 50s, right? So when I would go outside, I used to ask my friends like, dang, you been at your grandma's house for a real long time. Dang, you been at your auntie house for about a real long time. Where's your mom? Like, you know, did you talk to her? Is she okay? Because you've been here for about 14 days. I mean, you would have literally thought that I worked for child services at a young age because I had questions that needed answers because my mama didn't play that shit. She didn't believe in leaving me at her mama's house for umpteen days and her sister's house for umpteen days during school days and never returning until like the 14th day. Like, my mama did not play none of that. And it's sad to me how millennials, you know, when it's time for them to live their life, you know, if they want to go out for a weekend, hey, mama, can you watch my baby for me? A lot of y'all in the Gen X generation, you won't even look out for them. And the sad part to me, Gen X will be like, oh, I don't got time for all of that. I done raised y'all. I want to live my life. Baby, it's 365 days in a year. Your children or your child been at your grandma's house back in the day, 364. So I'm trying to figure out who in the hell did you really raise? Some of y'all kids was at your sister's house, your mama house, your great-great-grandma house. I mean, Gen X, a lot of y'all had a whole damn village when it came to y'all children. And you can't come through for yours? Now it's y'all turns to be the grandmama. It's now y'all turns to be the aunties. And it's so sad everybody looked out for y'all, but now it's your turn and you can't do nothing? And then you say, oh, I want to live my life. Oh, I want to live my life. Baby, what did you miss in your prime? Y'all was at the clubs 24/7. And let's not even talk about Freaknik, baby. You went every fucking year. Now your sister needs some help. Now your brother needs some help with, hey, sis, can you watch my son for me? Can you watch my daughter for me for like an hour? Ooh, an hour? An hour? Little Miss Unfit, an hour too much for you? Not the same bitch who left your child at your mama house sitting up here talking about, oh, I'm going to the club. I'm gonna be back at 9. I'm gonna be back at 9. Your mama had just told you she barely got food in the house, and you literally picking up your child, which was the millennial child. You picking up your baby Sunday evening. You can't sit up here and look out for your niece, your sister when it come down to your niece and nephew, but your children stayed at your sister's and your brother's house. Now it's your turn and you can't do nothing? And some of y'all was hella trifling, baby. Y'all would drop y'all kids off, walk off with your purse, and didn't even ask. And the sad part is nowadays the millennials really can't even ask you because they know what you was about. They know what you about. Millennials don't even pull out half the shit y'all pulled off back in the late 80s and early 90s and 2000s, baby. Come on now. Because they know what type of person you are. And what gets me is about Gen X, a lot of y'all, not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all will literally sit up there and be like, you know, the reason why my child or the children, the way they are today, the reason why they're so independent is because of me. Are they the reason why they are today because you taught them that, or because they didn't have a choice? Because there is a difference between teaching your child to be independent and because they didn't have a choice. So which one is it? Because the millennials I went to school with, the ones that I played with, they raised themselves while you went and go off. They raised themselves when you were still at that nigga house who still don't want you to this day. They raised themselves when y'all stayed at the club. They raised themselves when y'all spent the whole week at Freaknik. They raised themselves. And it's so sad. Y'all sorry asses can't come through for nobody. And the sad part is, when it comes to your millennial child, her daddy already sorry. You picked her daddy, and then you gonna turn around and be a sorry ass mother, and turn around and be a sorry ass grandmama, and a sorry ass auntie. I mean, sometimes I look at, not all of y'all, but sometimes I look at the Gen X generation like a damn platypus. I mean, God just be making anything, because at this point, what are you good for? What are you good for? So my advice to my millennials, baby, continue to do the best you can. That's all you can, sis. That's all you can do, sis. That's all you can do, bro, is do the best you can. Because at this point, baby, I mean, you've been making it as far as we all can remember. You the one that's been raising. If you the oldest, baby, we all know you been the one raising your damn siblings, all of them. Every last one of them. Baby, we all know you the one who had to fend for yourself. Do the best you can. And just, instead of arguing with your mama, and started arguing with your daddy, accept them for who they are and just keep trucking and just do the best you can. When your child start asking questions about, why my grandma don't come around, why every time I look around, grandma won't let me come over, what's going on? Don't dog her out. Do not dog her out. She will see when she get of age. She will see when she get of age. Just keep trucking and handle your business. Period.
I agree with her to a certain extent as far as the millennials and the oldest raising themselves and their siblings. But also, it's just the way she's saying things and the way she's expressing the emotion. It feels like she's very angry at someone specific, if I'm being honest. She must be mad at her mama or auntie. Somebody made her mad, okay? Because somebody did not want to watch her baby, and she had to talk about it.
Y'all, I really want to talk about a subject that is not talked about a lot.
I'm going to say it again. Emotional ridiculousness. All I hear is a whole bunch of whining and mad because someone is not doing the things that you feel like they should be doing. We as individuals have the right to do whatever we feel. And then you are generalizing an entire group of people. But let's get on it, because you only seem to be focused on the Gen X women. But sometimes those whiners, they want to get a man a pass. And excuse me, my Gen X brothers, because I'm not trying to get her to come against you either. I'm really trying to get these folk to let Gen X live our lives and leave us alone. But girlfriend, you are going hard on the Gen X women. But I think you need to find those folks that you upset about and talk to them and let them know how you feel.
She feeling some kind of way right now. But a part of her does sound a little bit entitled. Like she expects the older generation to do these things for her because they had these things done for them. Whereas realistically, back in those days, things were extremely different for those women.
So I'm a Zennial, which means I was born on the cusp. I was born in '80, so technically I'm Gen X and I'm a millennial. That being said, who did we raise? Our siblings, our cousins, our mama and them friends, random kids in the neighborhood who had nobody. We was responsible for everybody, including ourselves. We were latchkey kids. We were made to grow up really fast because we had to be responsible for so much. So you can't get mad at somebody because they don't want to watch your kids. That's your responsibility. And quite frankly, we tired of raising kids. It literally took me to be 37 before I was really in a place that I wanted to have a child of my own. So, yeah, sorry, boo.
They had no choice but to watch them kids and just be there, be at home, and just deal with whatever their life was. And that's why things have changed so much. Women have woke up and realized this is my life, and I can do whatever I want with it.
Not specifically toward this young lady, but the attitude in general of millennials. It's the audacity for me. Is not even the expectation, but the sense of entitlement that young parents have because y'all didn't ask us to have the kids. So why are you going to put the expectation on us to watch them? Now, listen, I love being a grandmother. I do. I absolutely do. I had my 3 bonus grandchildren before my daughter had her baby. I love being a grandmother. I love making stuff for my grandkids. But guess what? Gigi's tired. A lot of Gigi's are tired. And the difference with back then being at Big Mama's house or at the auntie's house, a lot of times they didn't ask to go. They would just drop them off and left. So it was a situation that Big Mama had no choice because the mothers didn't ask, just drop them off. Whereas it now, you better, because we set boundaries. Y'all know my mom had me young. I'm the oldest of two. I was cooking full meals at 7. We had to have the house clean before my mom got home. Clothes, ironed, ready, whatever. We had sense of responsibility at such a young age. By the time we got to college, we didn't want no more. Y'all don't take in consideration how tired grandmothers are. Sometimes we can have the best intention and the desire to help. But when we try to do it, our bodies will tell, our minds, our strength will tell us, you can't do it. You don't have the same capacity. You don't have the same energy as you do in your 20s. You're tired. And y'all can sit there and say what you think, just like I could sit there back then and say, well, I don't understand this because I hadn't lived that long enough to understand. My mother was just tired. And the energy that it takes for a small children, period, you got to be on top of your game. And again, because we baby jaw with no sense of accountability, no sense of boundary, no sense of respect, no sense of deference, but every sense of entitlement, I'm interested to see how y'all kids gonna turn out and what they're gonna say about y'all.
I believe women should start having children with more intention. If you're not sure or this just happened on a accident, I'm pro-choice. Okay? Now I ain't telling you to go out and kill your babies, but I'm telling you to be more smart about the mistakes you're deciding to make in life.
Y'all, I really want to talk about a subject that is not talked about a lot.
For proper context, go back and look at this young lady's video. She's very passionate, and apparently there's a lot of pain with her parents or her grandparents or whatever's going on. But her thing is that Generation X make horrible grandparents, right? So I'm going to address it because she made a general statement about all of us, and I'm going to give her 2 reasons why Generation X grandparents are different from boomer grandparents, right? One reason is that boomer grandparents were not still taking care of the kids, right? Millennial grandparents, we're not going to watch the kids so you can go to the club because we are still taking care of y'all. We still paying phone bills. We still getting tires rotated. We still buying groceries. We are a complete safety net. Some of y'all are in your 30s. You're not independent. You were us all the time financially. You see us as an ATM, and then you want us to watch the kid while you go to the club, while you go down to Miami for bike week. Nah, fuck no. Hell no. You better strap that little son bitch to your ass, duct tape him to your ass, and take it with you because we not going to do that because we're doing enough now. That's one of the differences, right? That's one of the differences between the grandparents then and the grandparents now. You can't you're expecting too much of us, right? That's one thing. The next thing is we were well behaved. We were well-behaved kids, and we had no choice. You was not going to disrespect grandmama. You damn sure weren't going to disrespect granddad. You weren't going to talk over. You weren't going to get in grown folks' business. You're going to get your ass out there and play. If all of that, there was respect there. You weren't going to be at grandma's house and worry her. However, today, all of y'all want to free range raise your kids to think they equal to you, and they talk to you in a kind of damn way, do whatever the hell they want to do at your house. And then you bring them to our house thinking they get to act the same way. No, ma'am. No, sir. The same rules that we had when you were a kid apply now. You bring their little bad son bitches over to the house, they're going to get their ass beat. It's simple as that. They're going to get swatched across the ass. And it's not even a question. And you don't want nobody saying nothing to your kid. You definitely don't want nobody touching your kid. And so keep them away. It's simple as that, because we're not going to deal with no badass kids. We live long enough to earn the respect of children. That was the thing back in the day. Just by you being elderly, children respected you. There was a boundary there. You can get a freaking 9-year-old talking to an 80-year-old like they equal now. And y'all think that's cool. So hell no, we're not gonna watch them so you can go party. If you don't have them well behaved. Or we're still taking care of all y'all financially in a damn way. We're the bank. So no, that's it. So those are 2 reasons, and do with it what you will.
I feel like she should have woosawed that off, had her a little glass of wine, and kept all that to herself. But that's just my opinion on the boat. If you like this video, please give your girl a like. If you didn't like this video, go on and still give your girl a like and subscribe. And I hope to catch you in the next video.